real right now.
Mr. DL.
222 222. Who's off? Cause you could just lose your mind.
Yes. We are back with the 73rd episode of the Danger Zone podcast with the legendary
Big Shug.
Mr. DL and
Chef Tanya Nicole. Welcome back, everybody.
hell yeah.
Very,
sound
very
mighty low,
eventful
but-
week.
We sound low?
No, y'all sound mad low over there, but it's all good.
Nah, it's not good. We don't want to sound low.
Oh,
Nah, but that's true. But you know, we rock.
Oh, you mean low vibes or low volume?
volume?
Heard.
So yeah, was a good week in hip hop, as we talked about last week. It was the block party, and it was dope. It was a good time. How'd you like the block party?
I had so much fun. I really did. Lots of good music. Obviously, Primo killed it. Nice and Smooth killed it. Like, what
It
was
was
it? Play
phenomenal.
Party killed it.
Hell yeah. Who killed it?
Was it Play Party?
No. Who was the
Well, what the guy's name in all white? They were like older.
Huh?
But the guys, the first group, Planet Patrol. Planet Patrol.
I don't know why I said Play Party.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It was Planet Patrol, man. They was dope too. You know what I mean? So, you know, it was a good shot, man. Good show, man. I mean, the turnout was great. It's crazy how the rain was so intense, and then you know, as I was driving over, I was like, damn, you know, with this, it'll be great if it stops, but we're gonna rock regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And right before the performances, it stopped raining.
Yeah.
So that was an omen. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It was supposed to go down.
It poured like a
it
good
was-
three times before the sun came out, like you said.
Yeah, it poured though, not even rained.
It was
terrible.
pouring.
It was so at one point the stage was at the end of the street and it was sort of an incline, and after the second downpour, I was over by the stage and all the equipment was underwater, and I was like,
Oh, yeah?
I was like, oh no, shit.
Yeah.
I could see too when people did the when people were with the merchandise and stuff, and they were hitting it like to get the water off and how much water was pouring off, you know. Yeah, so our peoples is saying that it's not really working. Could you send it again? Send it again. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, there's nothing I can send them again. It's gonna be the same link.
Oh well, maybe we got a problem. Man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a problem, Houston.
Well,
You know
we'll
what I'm
fix-
saying?
What's the
Well-
stuff? Oh.
We'll let him figure that out while we finish this. So anyway, I wanted to tell you this, Big Sugar, because this was fucking hilarious and awkward. We went to Connecticut to film a video for Fuego Base from Benny the Butcher's crew there, BSF.
Right.
And we're driving home, and we get a flat tire on the highway. And when the AAA guy came, he was, how old do you think that guy was? 35? Older?
No, not that old. I was gonna say like 28.
So 28-year-old guy came, and he goes, Danger Zone podcast?
Facts.
Oh, there he goes right there. So I just wanted to save that information for you for the podcast, because that, you know me, I get uncomfortable with that shit. I picked up Bailey, I just walked off.
Well, I
Not
mean,
me. I consued in conversation.
But he knew the videos.
I
he
don't
knew,
think that's
he
the
knew my
word,
stuff,
consued.
but- And then, so shout out to him. He was cool. But at the end, he goes, yeah, I know who you guys are. And at the end, he tried to sell me beats. So I was like, hey, you obviously don't know who I am, buddy. So,
Nah, you probably just know from the visual, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's like
He got some fire
that's like
$10
your man.
beats.
yeah, he was like, I got beats for $30.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
He's like, if you buy them now.
that-
I was like, all right.
So is
Today's
that who
price
you
is
was
not
talking about,
yesterday's
though?
price.
Yeah, that's the guy we were talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it was somebody famous or something. But yeah, it's all good in the hood. You know. Anyway, too.
Yeah.
Before we, you know what I mean, tap in too with our mans, I just wanted to say, man, congratulations to the Denver Nuggets, man, for winning that championship. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Boston should have been there, but they wasn't. They got beat down, as we know. But Denver wasn't expected. You know, everybody thought it was going to be someone else, and Denver came through and they showed, you know, showed up and showed out. Jokic, man, I feel is the best player in the league right now. That's me. He can just do everything. And there were 40 players picked before him in the draft. You know what I'm saying? So
Crazy,
everybody
40.
meant, and all of them players, maybe only Joel Embiid is really another star.
Yeah.
The rest of them, 38 people,
Now wasn't
Oladipo was one of them.
wasn't
And
he also?
Smart
Oh, sorry.
picked before him too. You know what I mean?
Wasn't
What'd
he
you say?
also the last picked for the All-Star team? I saw something about that.
I mean, he could have been, but I'm just saying it was a phenomenal run, man.
Yeah.
Them dudes did their thing. The boys, he was credible. It was a credible game. So shout out to them. But with no further ado, you know what I'm saying? We are here, episode 73, and we're pleased to have a special guest, this evening with us, Boston rapper, one dude that I feel like when I talk about like names and shit, like they got one of the top names, like all the ones I've heard, right? Because I heard a lot of them, trust me. But right now we got my man and shit, man, Boston's own Mann Terror. What's good, bro?
Might have to unmute your microphone.
Yeah, I think you muted, man.
Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to
Yeah.
all the Danger Zone podcast.
There we go.
Here we go. Yeah,
Salute,
what's up?
bro. Appreciate you for having me.
Yeah, no question. I mean, it's crazy because, after this past weekend at the celebration and what have you, and then you were having your release party as well, then you never know, like, some of the chance meetings that you have too, you know what I mean? And then the light bulb got to go off. Like, so I'm like, yo, it's all good too, because we're going to pick whoever. So, and it definitely was, the time was great. So what I want you to do real quick, man, is just give the people a backstory. Who's Mann Terror? Where do you come from? And going forward, man, what's going on,
Yeah, so, well, my name's Mann Terror. I'm from Boston, Orchard Park Projects. The home of New Edition. I started rapping back in the days, the 90s. I did a little jail time, came home, got in a group called the Wise Guys.
Mm-hmm.
From Wise Guys, it just kind of went up from there, Did that, I got heavy into the writing side, started doing writing, a lot of R&B acts, a few, rappers, and I went heavy into that,
So you were ghostwriting?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, I did work with, Teddy Riley, Timbaland, like, everybody. New Edition. I just did something for Mike Bivens' project. It's gonna be crazy. Writing for him. Just doing my thing. And but the rap is what I love, man. So 2 years ago I came out with an album called End of an Era, and then we just dropped End of an Era 2 this past Friday. So we had the release party for that on Saturday. Yeah. So, I got about almost 30 years in, I'm trying to catch up to you, bro. I'm trying to catch up to you.
Listen, man, right? I just want to stay right where the 30 part is. I keep doing new 30. But it's all
bro, let me tell you something. Give me 1 second, man, to say, yo, you are a true legend in our city. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are, one of the guys that helped pave the way for artists like me. You who I watched and, inspired me to go do things. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for what you've done for this game.
It's all love too, man, because even when you tell a story, you say you had to do some jail time, what have you, and of course, if people know the story of me, it's an open book. That's the same thing, And in them times when I was down at that time, I wasn't even really thinking about, rapping. I was thinking just getting my shit right so I could just be out here. You know what I mean? I seen the extension with my man Guru and all that, and what was going on, and probably you, with the RSO thing and guys you see, dudes you affiliate with, the movement. So I'm like that, and I was like, once I get right, now I'm out. So now I can pursue that, which was cool. So, and I thought what you just said too, I said, yo, if I could even inspire dudes And that way to be like, yo, like my man's, everybody I seen, even all the way up to your Big Trev, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
all
yeah.
people, you know, they always like, yo, man, you came on the video. I was like, yo, I was in the feds, whatever, and that was my shit. You know what I mean? And that was like,
Yeah.
wow, it's crazy because dudes knew where I came from, and then it was touching all over like that. So, you know, I appreciate you too, man, even mentioning that.
Yeah.
When you first started out, though, one question, what was your first rap name?
So my name was Big Man the Terror.
Right.
And it as I went on, it just kind of went down to Man the Terror. Man was always my name from a kid. When I was born, I had long sideburns as a baby. So my name was Man all the way from the beginning. As I started growing up in the projects and I got a little bit on the wild side, that's where Terror came from. And it just kind of went there. It was Big Man the Terror, and then it just evolved into Man Terror, you know, just that.
That's one. I'm telling you, man. I ain't even saying it because you on here, but that name, I was like, yo. Even when I heard it, I was like, yo, that's just dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? That.
Thank you.
Somebody else had this name on hands down. Like them shits that just got me. This cat with those names was not like, Aphrodisiac the rapper. Or you know what I mean? Or like skateboard whatever. No, these dudes was really like yourself, dudes was really about that. So it was like my man hands down, never seen him again. You know what I mean? But like, yo, he was official, man. You said, you know what I mean? Dudes was official. So, you know, I respect that. So as far as like with the bosses, see, I know
Acting Up. There's a guy acting up. You know Acting Up, right? I always thought that was a dope.
Oh yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I
like Dead Mike. I like Dead Mike too. But,
Dead Mike.
Yeah.
From CB4.
Yeah, right. To me,
black,
the name. Hey, yo, the name was crazy. That's why I'm like, yo, if you even behind the wall, if you was like, yo, my name's Dead Mike. Dudes already know, like, oh, okay,
So
with a straight face too. You know what I mean?
It was MC Gusto, Dead Mike, and Stab Master Arson. That was their names.
Check it. So I was in the junction, you know what I'm saying? So I just imagine a motherfucker stepping to somebody and being like, yo, I'm Dead Mike. It's a rap. Cats who ain't built, it's all over right there. Boom.
Exactly.
So, anyway, so coming from Boston, like, how did you make, doing your music things, how did you make the connection though with the Wise Guy?
Well, so I'm kind of like you, Suge. I didn't rap. I didn't chase rap. I could rap, but I wasn't chasing it. You know what I'm saying? So when I came home, from the bed, my man DJ J Nux was doing mixtapes. Right. So I got on, he's like, Terror, come on, man, you got to come do this mixtape. So I went and, I did a couple of his mixtapes, and that's how I got to it. They heard some of the mixtape. Ray was coming up with this group called Wise Guys, and, he asked my man Hops about me. Like, yo, what's up with this kid 1MP? And he was like, what's up with this kid Terror? And, because my man 1MP from the project, he was a little bit more known as a rapper. I wasn't. I wasn't a rapper. I was in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I met them, it was kind of like spit something. I spit a rhyme, and it was like, okay, we gotta get with this kid right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it was up from there.
Okay, so now I know the Boston history. So just because of the cloud, so to speak, what I'm saying, RSO, and then the people never really wanted. It was a part of Boston that never really wanted to look at it as the artistry of dudes rapping. You know what I mean? It was more like, yo, are these dudes like bangers or whatever, or they whatever. That cloud stayed with each connection, even though the names changed. So did you find, like, when you did the Wise Guys, that you probably weren't getting as much notoriety as you should have, or publicity wise, because
it was the opposite. Like, when I got in Wise Guys, like this, when we finally dropped, and the song Doubleheader came out, Slang Guns, everything changed for me. It went from the kid Wilder from Orchard Park, this wild kid from Orchard Park, to now I'm a rapper. Know what I'm saying? Like,
Of course.
And because we had the Source magazine behind us,
right,
it was even crazier. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm doing songs with the people I was just sitting in the cell looking at. I'm doing songs with Mobb Deep, doing songs with Nas. I'm doing songs. So it really was the opposite for us. I think, you know, I think RSO got a bad rap, you know, for their affiliation. When Wise Guys came, it changed everything around.
Okay.
You know, but I think you know, the city got behind it a lot more. People started paying attention to the movement because the movement got so bigger. And you know, so it was kind of the opposite for us as Wise Guys. Because
if you look at it, so RSO was the beginning, and so whatever flag that came that way, because you know I was in meetings and shit, and Def Jam in different places at them same times, and then you know seeing, I think one in the chamber might have been out at the time, and I was seeing like what the perception was from the other side of it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And me being in offices and Def Jam wherever, like, you know, nah, them dudes is my mans from like around the way. Shit is like that, but it's real right there. You know what I mean? That's how I mean, them dudes know me. We all know each other. So, you know what I mean? So, I'm on the other side, like, yo, is this really that? I said, yeah, shit is, you know, shit is good, but that's official. I think it fucked people up too, because sometimes with the Bruins thing, you know what I mean? And so that was kind of wild, because it was like,
and at the same time, they was kind of wilding through the industry too. So they was building bad blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they was building bad blood on top of, you know, how that was going, because they was beating a lot of people up. You know what I'm saying? Like, but for us, you gotta remember, Suge, we went from independent off Surrender Records to a deal on Def Jam.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, it was a little bit different. I think we raised the bar when Wise Guy came, because, you know, I think people looked at RSO as them kind of troublemaking dudes, and you know, for whatever it was. And then when it came, I mean, it only got bigger when Wise Guys came, because they picked all these dudes from different neighborhoods. We only got bigger and more people. But I think, you know, the lyrical side got a little bit more, you know, intense. They was like, okay, now they went and got some dudes that go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
be even more artistic. It's crazy. Like, when you said about cats, I was just telling somebody, even when, you know, I first basically came home and you know, was doing my thing with Gangstar once again, and I said, yeah, you could just, like, someone could say something, and we could say, let's go up the label right now, and then walk right in the front of the lobby and say, what's up, security, go upstairs, just like that. Now you're gonna have a fortress in front of you to go anywhere. But it was that simple. With you know, we can go down there. Well, let's just go. You know what I mean? So it made it a little, and you know, I have my things too, but it was like, it made it more like, you know, I see what's up, man. It's fortunate some things changed a different way for me, but you know, I had to have them days behind closed doors, because it was like that. When you're dealing with an industry that's basically like, man, it's cosmetic. This shit is cosmetic. I even sent a song one time that I see these dudes was all the rage until I seen them act pussy when we was backstage. No problem. I said, no problem. The lyric is this, no problem. This isn't the street. Hold up. This is not the cell. This is the streets. You know, this is some like fantasy shit. You know what I'm saying? So opposition. You know what I'm saying? I said, okay, I see what's up. You know what I mean? Then I realized, and we got great. But at the beginning, I was like, that's how you be. Like, he just said, what? Right.
Yeah, sure. Just think about where we came from, and you know, I know people was a lot slower catching on to Boston, but because most people look at Boston, they look at the other side of Boston. They're not looking at our side of Boston. But where we came from, you couldn't play like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we were built to not really take a short in no kind of way. So when you get into the industry and you if you move like that, you become an outcast real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want that around. Like, yo, don't do that.
Somebody killed the deal or two behind that. Right? Yeah, trust me. And you know, you grow, you learn, you grow. And and the fortunate to still be doing things now. You know what I'm saying? Is a great thing. Who are the actual members for all those who don't know of Wise Guys?
Well, that's a good one. So it was 12. It was 12 actual members.
Jesus.
Very small group.
Me, Cool Jesus, Mike McNeil, Tang the Juice.
Yeah.
We had Hardcore, Hostile, and man, Andy from Academy. You had 2 members from Bell Now. You had
M3 Master Criminal.
3 members from Greenwood. You know, and then Roscoe came home later. Man, it was 12. It was 12 members. That's a hard one for me to sit there. Like it was 12 of us. Jimmy Marsh. Man, it was a bunch of us.
It's crazy too. So, because it was the Wise Guys, but wasn't there production from team
Hangman 3? Hangman 3.
So it's like, we Wise Guys. Now we got the Hangman doing.
Yeah.
Doing
So it was crazy. It was crazy because we had, Hangman 3, we had Wise Guys, and then we had Surrender Records, as a staff, so it was like everybody's from the streets, you know what I'm saying? All of us. So it was tough, you know what I'm saying? It was real, as we get older, and as you go, and like now we look back and we see some of the mistakes that was made, and I mean, it's like, we was in a tough situation from the beginning.
Right. I mean, it's like, even when I dip in and out of Boston in the inner city, of things, I run into people and different stuff. I'll be always like, damn, man. I'm always walking to, it's like almost nostalgic because I'm always walking. There's so many stories on every block, every corner, like coming up, and I'm damn. And the point when I really started rapping and doing stuff, and so they wouldn't see all the other people that they see on video. But being with Gangsta, he was doing a whole bunch of videos all the time. So you always seen Suge, like whether Simcoe's or somewhere else. So everybody was always like, yo, you were accessible. So I realized the power of that shit, like just for being a video before records even started coming out for me. So I was like, okay, this is probably. So then I started like, okay, man, let me work with everybody. Let me let them see what's going on here. You know what I mean? And I would see outside of Boston, I would see Ray a lot in different places, even the award show. I'd see Ed O.G. out. I'd see like a lot of people in different places. You know what I mean? Which was dope because we represent Boston no matter what.
Exactly.
I could go mad far. I don't know, Japan, you name it, somewhere, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, it's Big Suge and Rock, and we're gonna have a show, whatever." You know what I mean? Knowing that I come right from that small spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from the bad side to the good side, and to figuring it out. And shout out to my family. I just found out Fam is your aunt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yo, Suge, this is the crazy part. I used to see you at all the cookouts right up at the crib, yo.
Wow.
What does Suge bring? What does Suge bring to the cookout?
What you bring?
Listen. Suge come through and get right to it. Know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you how real Suge
He brought his appetite.
Suge he's such a good dude and never went Hollywood. Cause Suge come up to the cookout and serve you, yo, bro. Boom, here, throw food on the plate for you and get you out of there.
I was cooking. That's just wow.
Like, yo, that's how real it is. People don't understand, man. It's like they see you. A lot of people don't know you. They don't understand. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people hold on to the stuff we did back in the days and think that's us.
Nah.
But we've grown.
You're always gonna be judged by your worst moments. So
yeah, you're absolutely right. And then that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah,
it's crazy too when you were having a release party, and so then I go down the corner, like when I'm packing up the merchandise with my daughter and shit, and then I roll down, then I see Fam,
Yeah.
And Mom, and I'm like, yo, what y'all doing over here? You know what I mean? Y'all came all late. I'm like, y'all came all late and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She said, my nephew's having a release party. I said, wait a minute. I said, come on, man. That was because we like 30 years deep or more. So I'm like, she's like, yeah. And I said, wow, that's crazy. And we had so much going on because I wanted to come back too just for the whole festivity of it. But when she told me that, I was like, damn, it's a small goddamn world.
It
I'm
really
trying
is.
I mean, it's something else. So speaking on your release, you just had the release, and on this your latest project, you know,
Mhm.
uh, what were you trying to get across, so to speak, and also, like, you know, are there features with people, or what's just a newer album? What can we look for there? You know?
So you know, on this album right here, so I started doing the End of an Era albums, right? And you know, the whole thing was for me for End of an Era is, you know, it's, you know, hip hop's getting away from the way we look at things, but
Right.
we still got our lane. You know, I have a 21-year-old son that loves music, but I tell him, music didn't start with y'all. This hip hop didn't start with y'all. This is
It
our
certainly
thing.
did not.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is our thing. It came with us.
Yeah,
And
but
I think
that's just like saying LeBron James, you can't play basketball. You weren't around when it was invented.
no,
You know
no,
what I'm saying?
I'm saying this. Jordans ain't y'all's. LeBron's is y'all's.
Right.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Like, Jordans is ours. So don't tell me I'm too old to rock Jordans, because those are
Oh
ours.
shit, I
You
hear
too
that.
young to rock.
Facts.
You too young to rock
Everything
Jordans.
you rocking, I rocked before you. You can tell him basically, because everything they're rocking nowadays is our shit. Minus
Nah,
some
this
tight
shit
pants.
the crazy shit Paul, that's cousin, the crazy shit Paul Pierce said. Paul
Uh-huh.
Pierce said the craziest shit. He said, yo, motherfucker, he said motherfuckers was getting killed for Jordans. So until they start killed from LeBron, Jordan's still my GOAT. I'm like, yo, this dude is wild. He was nice. He was smoking and drinking, but that motherfucker was like, yo, motherfuckers was getting killed for Jordan. Once they start getting killed for LeBrons, then he'll be my GOAT. But right now, he said, wow, man.
Listen,
You know?
this is our thing. And so
Right,
my whole
right.
thing I respect it, but at the same time, you know, you know, as the oldest statesman, man, we want to do music, but I don't want to sound like them. I'm gonna do it my way and enjoy it from my view. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where the End of an Era came from. And, you know, just for me, it's just bringing back that music. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the super chase. I do it for the love, and I got, you know, a few fans that, you know, love that music. So I do it, you know, for that reason. You know what I'm saying? To give my fans that music, to bring it back to what I love, and to keep making that good music, from, you know, that timeless music.
I want to bring.
It's crazy too, because you just said, you know, like, you in the music and you still in it, you embrace it and do what you do. But like today, I just saw Dre Roberts. You know what I mean? And I thought Dre Rob was mad nice. You know what I mean? But he basically, because of certain things in the game, he basically gracefully bowed out. You see what I'm saying? Because people don't know how like with the players there, like how hard shit can be. You know, and I just seen him before I came to the film. I'm like, damn, you know, we even got a record together, man. That was fire. You know, and I was like, yeah, he just gracefully, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But I know what it is to be just like probably yourself, to keep on like doing this shit, like, you know, and because you feel it, like, you know what I mean?
You know, we all go through that point where you get a little frustrated and you go through. But what I learned is, when I do it my way, take control of my own destiny, and a lot of the politics come involved, and soon as it became business, it got tough, right? When we just did it for the love, it was just love. As soon as it became business, everything started getting tough, because now you got to do it someone else's way. So now it's back to me being able to do it my way and control everything that I want. And I'm not really worried about it. Now I can go in there actually and make this music from a good place and a good space in my heart. And you know, I love it. It's some of the best music I ever made.
Ooh, you got any features on there?
I actually, you know, I got Twice Style from RSO on there. You know, the OG.
Twice.
You know, I went and got Twice, but then I got a few of my young boys, Bobby Boston, DBs. You know, a few cats coming up, Don Wee. You know, so a few Boston artists that I wanted to kind of help them stop building their place and get their shine on.
Yeah,
Edo. So, isn't Edo and Michael Bivins on there?
Oh, you know, we got I got Edo on the single, you know, for Roxbury Love. And Mike Biv, for the Roxbury Love record, I had to go get my heavy hitters, but for the most part, yeah, it's really kind of a real Boston thing.
Yeah, which we all like speaking of songs, Ed, Gotta Have It, and Roxbury Love, and
Yeah.
I Got a Song by Boston, all those shits is like, they hold that, you know what I mean? That the representation of where we from and stuff, but oh, Tanya, was you saying something? Because I kept throwing Gensus at your neck. Yo, did you have something?
I'm used to your bad aim. It's all right.
I didn't hear you.
I said I'm used to your bad aim, so it's all right.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's crazy, too, because I'm going right over your head. That's like playing T-ball. You know what I'm saying? She mad short now, but it's all.
You were talking about young people. You have anybody that you're currently listening to that you're feeling?
Yeah, it's funny, right? Because like I said, I have a son, and he keeps me in tune to a lot of the young music. Actually, my dude, man, he just came home and got caught in the sweep. What's the kid's name? Oh man, I can't believe I can't think of his name right now. Oh man, he's nice too. He's super nice, man. He just got caught in the federal sweep, him and his whole crew.
That ain't good.
From New York. He had the flow before Pop Smoke, but Pop Smoke blew, and he kind of he's there, but he didn't get to Pop Smoke big. Some G. Oh my goodness.
Chef G.
Chef G.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. Yeah.
Yo, I'm a fan of Chef G. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like I try to listen. I try to listen to as much as I can, but I'm a Chef G fan. I like it, yo. You know what I'm saying? He got that flow. So, but I keep my ears to the street. I rock with, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of everything. I'm not one of those that I can't. I try to keep my ears to the streets, to everything that's coming out.
Yeah.
I like the young boys. I think with they're taking this a little bit different. But I understand it. I understand where the streets and this music is coming into, and they're not understanding this music as an art form. It's not where taking it where where they're going at, But I'm a big fan of music, so I'm into everything. I'm loving everything. Every part of it, man. I rock with it.
I want to circle back to something you guys said. You were talking about the Jordans and not being there from the beginning and this and that. I'm curious, what is the connection with Adidas to Boston? I'm not from here. I didn't grow up in this area, so I missed all that. And aren't you outspoken that Adidas are kind of lame?
Oh yeah, so you know me, So if you asking me, right?
Yeah.
I don't think Boston wants you to ask me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the no.
And welcome to the danger zone.
Like, so.
I look at. Go ahead.
So this is my thing. I think Boston picked up something. Back in the '80s, Boston picked up something. Adidas. And they ran with it, and they kind of, So this is my argument. What I get with dudes today, because I wore Adidas for a long time, but when I put on a pair of Nikes and I put on a pair of Air Max, it was over. I would never put on another pair of Adidas again. My feet never felt so great. And the same thing, like when I put on my first pair of ACG boots, I never wore Timberlands again. Like I was like, yo, they fooled us. They fooled us, yo. They had us wearing these shell toes and these top 10s, and they was killing my feet. Never, I'm never going back. So my thing was, and coming from my neighborhood, when we grew up, we didn't really wear Adidas, we wore whatever matched our outfit. If it was New Balance, if it was whatever Pumas, whatever matched that outfit, whatever you could match up with what you was wearing, that's what we wore, And then Adidas came a lot later. But I still say this: I say, yo, listen, Adidas was a Run DMC thing, and people picked it up.
Yeah.
So you listen, you know, just even being a bit older.
Yep.
So when that hip hop hit like that, is I was gonna say exactly what you just said. When Run DMC like came around with that, whatever, that's when cats really the Adidas party.
Yeah.
And when the song came out, they just kind of took ownership of it, but you basically was riding on the coattail of like, man, Run DMC.
Run DMC.
The song came out, then Boston just ran. Because I go outside of Boston as we do, and people think, oh, you got on Adidas. Now me coming up, even though just being a bit older, we was still like you. We was wearing shit that matched our shit, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I was rocking Izod shirts. If I had a pair of sneakers that had eyes on them, they was gonna be on. But also, we wore the top 10, the Adidas top 10s we used to rock. On the Ewings and shit was around that, you know, the original.
Yep.
So that's how it was with us, man, matching. And I think that was a Boston thing too, because a lot of times with us too, even if you went to clubs, you had to have shoes on most of the time. Coming up back.
No sneakers, no boots.
No hats.
Nah, and your color shit, your coordination, what you got on was gonna be on some fly shit. So you kind of knew that. When I met New York dudes, they were more into the like, you know, the Sherlin Coast, the style of it, the Kango crease with the iron, the fat laces, all that. And Boston jumped on some of that too. Me and Google in peace, we had them fat laces and rocking like without the strings in them and all that. I mean, we was getting it. So, you know what I mean? It's crazy because we did have our own thing, and Adidas to me necessarily, I'm like you with that. It don't represent it like that. And them shelters did fuck me up a few times. No, for real though, that's just crazy because I had them shit on. The fact that I could have them with the wide laces and keep them wide, that helped. But if you had to tie them shits up, yo, you gonna be pro. You gonna be pro foot right now. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, D, would you say something over the DL?
No, that was it. I was kind of wanting to know that. I've always wondered what the connection was, and I just didn't know it.
You had that wondering look in your eyes. So I hate it. Yo, but one thing we gotta ask for everyone on the show and our friends, we really want to know when it comes to MCs, who are your top 10?
Yo, you know, this would be crazy, and I'll say this, you know, like, and I might be biased, right? But as much as I love music and I love, I love Pac, I love Big. You know, Big probably was my favorite rapper, you know, of all time. But you know, when I throw Boston artists in my tops, you know, and so, you know, when I watch it and I say, yo, you know, what was my inspiration? So, you know, it comes. I got dudes that I like. I said, I like Big, I like Pac, I like Jay, I like Nas. But I like Big Suge. I like Cool Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like my Boston artists that inspired me to want to do this music, you know? So I'm a mix. I'm a mix because I listen to certain artists for certain things.
Give us 10.
We got four more.
So what I gave you? I gave you my Big, I gave you my Pac, I gave you Jay, I gave you Nas, I gave you my Suge, I gave you my Cool Jesus.
Yep. Let's say 4 more.
What we got? 6?
Yep.
Let me see. Who else? Kiss. I can't name myself, right?
Yeah, you
Why
can.
not?
You're a rapper.
Hey, yo, if you want to, it'll be a first.
I'm
I'm
number one.
Yeah, me.
gonna
There you go.
take that. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
I'm number one. Who I Scarface. One of my favorites.
One more.
Was you there? Was you there when he came to Boston that time?
Yeah, of course.
Yo, the motherfuckers wild. The niggas was wild, boy.
Hey, yo, can I give you a quick story? So I'll tell you a quick story. So, you know, we did a song with Faith. So, you know, RSO was, when we started Wise Guy, RSO was signed to Rap A Lot. So we had a real deep connection with the Rap A Lot family. We was down at Lil Jay's house and everything. So Source Awards came to California and they had a pre-Source party. So, you know, I got a stack of passes like this. I'm out. I'm listen, man. I'm going out. Having fun doing my thing. Yeah, my
I already
people.
know.
So I hear. So I'm at the door. I hear somebody yelling my name, but I don't recognize the voice. I look. It's Scarface. He's at the door. Security won't let him in.
Oh.
So I go over, I walk over, and we at the source all the time, so I know all the security from every single part. And I'm like, yo, it's Scarface, you know what I'm saying? He kind of looks at me, he's like, yo, Terror, he's not on the list. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day, you know how security is. I don't really care who he is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's not getting in here. You know what I'm saying? Unless my whole stack of passes, you know what I'm saying? I had to give the Face and his crew in order to get in.
The hustle was chopped down.
Killed my night, yo. I went back in, yo.
It was like this. You like, all right, well, I'm gonna get a few hundred instead of whatever I was gonna get. Well, I know
exactly. It was crazy, yo.
That was my favorite part of the story with the passes, because like people don't know, like my whole origins with the crew going out on the road and rocking and doing shit all over the world. That was me, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I go with Gordon, shout out the biggest Gordon. That we be driving all night on the tour bus. Them dudes go park. Me and him, he's tour manager. I go back with him. So right before chilling or whatever, so I can get passes and whatever else I needed to one to it. You know what I mean? And then I'll be like, okay. Mama was like, Suge, you performing? Suge, I said, yeah, I'm performing, but it said Gangstar, like, let me, you want in, right? That's crazy. You said that. It's real like that. Trust me, man.
Exactly. Yo, you know how we get on that road? We gotta bust it, yo. Know what I'm saying? Like, listen.
I'm trying to tell you. And then I started being too many people saying, so I was like, so now I gotta be sure. But at first, I'll be like, yo, my name ain't up there. Who you see up there? I'll be like, all y'all right there, it's gonna be this for y'all to get in through this door. It's sold out. You know what I mean? So funny,
exactly.
When you said that happened with Mike Biv years ago. We had a Jazzmatazz show at House of Blues in Cali, and he couldn't get it. I was like, yo, and it was packed. There was some crazy shit. Google's first Jazzmatazz, and then so I was like, yo. Them dudes, he might have been with another one of the cats, but I remember seeing Mike, and I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You got to let him in, he's good. And he came in, but I just remember how popular dudes were. You be like, damn, you ain't letting this motherfucker in?
Yeah. It shocked you. It shocked, because I was looking at dude like, yo, that's Face. Like, you crazy? He was like, yo, listen, no disrespect, but he ain't on this list. He ain't getting in here.
That's real, too. But listen, we wanted, I thought it was real important for you to come on and chop it up with us too, man. It was timing's everything too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, us in conversation doing what we want to do too. It's all that shit is kind of aligned, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the time for everything, and here we go as we move forward. But to my crew over there, y'all got any more you want to say? Cause y'all look, this is Eminem time with y'all.
I want us to get all your socials so that people can look up to see what you're doing, whether it be in the community or with music.
Yep.
Yo, Tanya, hold up, man. Yo, Tanya, come on now. You know you gotta take it radio style.
What do you mean radio style? What does that mean?
Hey, cuz you usually go, I want to know all your socials. That's what you just said. But what she really usually does is, so what are your socials? And
okay, wait, hold up. Let me do it how Big Suge wants me to do it. Rewind.
Go ahead.
So what are your socials?
Yo, that's what you do. Go ahead.
My socials, 02. No, sir.
1-800.
My social is the Real Mann Terror on Instagram. It's my real name, Orville Heston, on Facebook. You can go find the albums on all digital platforms. We're super heavy in the hood. When especially summertime comes out, I do community kickball games and cookouts all through the neighborhoods.
What neighborhood is this?
This is Orchard Park.
Okay, let everybody know. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're heavy in the hood. Actually, we getting ready for Mike Bivens basketball tournament, July 15th.
Okay.
July 15th, Michael Bivens Park. We're getting ready for that right now. So, we'll be down there doing the same thing we always do, giving out some things, selling some things, and just kicking it with the people.
It's crazy too, because I just talked to Greg, Smooth Sense, the legend ball player.
Yeah.
He every year he say, "Yo, it's gonna be my last shit," and because they got that senior stuff.
Yeah.
And then I just talked to him. I was like, "Yo, so you can?" He said, "Yeah, but it's the mic. It's Mike Bivens. It's just classic. These dudes know that the heyday is gone, but it is a full OG game, right? With all the greats, you know what I mean? But I asked, so broke up, he said that was it. And then it's like Bernard Hopkins and them fighters. He's like, I'm playing this year. You know what I mean? So
listen, him and Trav ain't never gonna get out of that, yo. They gonna play forever.
Yo, John Rice, another dude, Boo Rice, man. I don't know. Boo, he might be 6'3" or whatever. That still, he said, yo, shoot, I still be giving him the business. I said, dude, you wildin', son. But you gotta love it, man.
Nah, you definitely do.
We appreciate it. You stopping through, man, to kick it with us, man, and update us and shit. And then now I know when we get to the cookout, the next one, because them shits is every summer. Calvin,
you know it.
Calvin. Yeah, but them shits. Calvin, Kim's my girl. Kim we used to make fried chicken with the top on. Yo, that shit was straight crispy. I'm like, awesome.
Grandma style. That came straight from my grandmother, though.
That's my people with that. She'll tell you, she'll told me about the chicken. She gonna be like, you know what I mean? But she'll make the shit, like, she'd make it right on the spot, like, all right. And she's perfect. That's my homie. Shout out to Kim, Calvin, Cheek Clan over there. Man, we appreciate you. Episode 73, y'all, with Man Terror is in the books. Look out for what is End of an Era Part 2.
End of an Era Part 2.
I'm saying look out for that. And hey, we appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you more.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all more. Thank you so much for having me.
No question.
Hell yeah.
Peace.
All right.
Peace.
One.
Yeah, we'll talk.
All right, that was another dope interview, man. So we're here on the Danger Zone podcast. That was Man Terror. I just want to say, shout out. We lost two greats in hip hop this week. Two greats we lost this week. Nicki Minaj got a breast reduction. Talk about it, Tanya.
You're such an ass.
He said that. I was about to say somebody's BBL blew up.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is he about to say now?
So yeah,
go ahead.
She announced that she had breast reduction surgery, and
for real?
Yeah. So I just want to say,
she did have a baby, so like maybe she got a lift and a tuck, keep him up.
Keep them up, pop up.
So let me ask you guys a question.
Because I don't think
it doesn't even go with it. But listen, do you like meatloaf, or meatballs, or meat pie?
Of the three meatballs, 100%.
Wow, I was gonna say meatloaf, but he on some 100% meatballs.
Hey, say that shit. Make sure you say that clearly so when we can slow it down.
Meatballs. I love meatballs.
So, and you said what? You said meatloaf?
Yeah.
She said meatloaf. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably have to say meatloaf too, except for because meat pie, that's some shit. I don't know. Whenever I think of meat pie, people eat them. I just think like some homeless dude in the movie, and like he's like offering a meat
exactly
pie.
What it is. Yeah, that's same here.
You know what I mean? Like shepherd's pie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Come on. Remember we used to ask the question?
Like shepherd's pie. You got potatoes in there. You got vegetables.
So listen to that. Though.
Just a meat pie? Nah.
Hey, yo, listen. When I hear them say shepherd's pie, I automatically feel a cloak and a big staff. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm
I
a
see a nice little Irish cottage, I would love shepherd's pie, and right next to shepherd's pie.
Well,
what's the other one?
Hey.
It's like a stew.
Speaking of Irish cottages.
Oh, hold up, Seg. Hold up, Seg.
Oh.
Yo, yeah. Hold up, Cedric. No. Yo. That crazy. Anyway. Yo.
Segway kid.
You made me forget with that shit. I was like, yo,
Meat pie,
Seg.
Don't get me started talking about food.
I'm hungry.
Oh, but you know what? Yeah, I said, Seg, I lost that. Go ahead. Speaking of meat pie, go ahead.
Speaking of Irish cottages, the writer of my favorite movie of all, in my opinion, the greatest movie ever made, No Country for Old Men, Cormac McCarthy, died last night.
Oh, what happened to him?
He was old. He was old as a mug, so he probably natural causes. Yeah, so he wrote No Country for Old Men, which they adapted into a Oscar-winning Best Picture film. So
The movie the book must be amazing because the movie's amazing.
yeah, I never read the book, but they didn't change much in the screenplay, so I just wanted to say rest in peace to him. So
R.I.P.
You're out of here.
I mean, you know something like.
Get out of here.
We even give an R.I.P. to Nicki Minaj's boobs.
No, rest in peace. We need to stand up. Moment of silence.
Nah, I don't think we need to stand up.
Yeah, wow, man.
This isn't hip hop related, but I want to just say, Pat Sajak is retiring from Wheel of Fortune after my whole life. He's been doing that. My whole life.
Wheel
Think-
of
Yo.
Fortune.
The two easiest, the only job that's easier than his, it is hers. You know what I mean? Just think, for millions
She's gotta
of
stand up there every day in a different dress where people could judge her.
You know that's TV, so you know them are like 10-minute increments.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like yo, it's just think she got rich as hell off of just spinning that. And then him, who's the more deadpan in this show host on TV than him?
What did he say?
You know
Deadpan?
He's straight deadpan-y.
Who do you think?
This shit like. Go ahead.
Who do you think they're gonna replace him with?
You think they are gonna replace him?
I think they're gonna replace him with, you know who I'm gonna say? Ryan Seacrest is gonna be the host. He does every job.
Ooh, I could totally see him.
Yeah.
No,
don't think he would
you
do
can see what. I don't know, cause see now it seems like they flip and go. They're gonna the other guy is the same, or they'll get a black guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's for real. Like,
Samuel
You
L.
think it's
Jackson?
gonna be a multicultural choice?
Look at Samuel L. Jackson.
could be. Yeah, right, man.
He might be a little intimidating to some people.
Now he'll have fun. He'll have fun doing that shit. Get Spike Lee to do it. But anyway, right? But they're gonna. But see, gotta be some. So whoever it's gonna be is gonna bring pizzazz to that.
Pizzazz.
People, you know, it's like you watch Family Feud now, and Steve Funny is really funny on that. Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really is.
He's a funny dude.
Yeah,
So
he's
think
funny.
about that in difference to the dude
The
before
one
him, Richard
that's
Dawson.
funny. Conan
one who used to-
O'Brien.
Yeah.
He can read that one real easy.
Nah, they don't have. His humor is a little too adult. Not that he's a dirty comic. He's too adult for 8 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night.
I think Conan O'Brien, the thing about him is he looks like the human butthead dude, or Beavis, one of them dudes. You know he looks just like one of them dudes.
Oh my god.
Good
Every
day,
time I see
Giselle.
that,
You've reached La Zona del
Mobile.
Peligro.
hey, every time I see him,
Mario Lopez.
Yeah.
every time I see him, I always think Conan. I always think, that ain't right, man. Especially like you just look at him. You know,
your phone.
go ahead, y'all lip syncing over.
So
Oh boy.
that one got me. I love Conan. He's hilarious, but that's the great. He looks like the human Beavis. He said.
It's true. It's true.
What do you think?
Also, listen.
Oh, yep.
Go
ahead.
Listen, Fat Joe applauds Rick Ross for his car show hustle. He created something out of nothing. So we don't even got to get into reading it, but he recently took to Instagram that he wanted to give the props to Rick Ross, because Rick Ross has, if anyone doesn't know, he has these vintage cars that he turned into like this big car show at his house. You know, his own property. You know what I'm saying? You're paying a fee to get in, you know what I mean? And people seem to love it, you know what I'm saying? So Joe's just trying to give him his props. And I respect it too, because you only have so many people doing that because you're doing that. So that's what I mean. If you don't do it, that someone else is doing it. And we know Rick Ross is a rapper, but he also is a businessman. And you got a car, you got all these cars, which he lends those cars out to. He lends them out for videos and movies, all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? So shout out to that, man, because I think, you know, a lot of times people want to speak on one thing, you know what I'm saying? But there's so much shit that dudes really do be doing, you know what I mean? And that, to me, I think that's dope. And I always was a fan of car shows anyway. My shit goes so far back. I remember we went to a bike show, and it had like a thing that looked like a car floating on water, but it also had come up with this bike that had these floaties on it that you could ride across water. That shit didn't work. You know what I'm saying? So needless to say, you know, a car show is a dope thing, but man, back in the day, it really wasn't. Well, go ahead, man.
So, have you been following this Zion Williamson thing?
With the porn star or whatever?
Yeah, that's...
I haven't followed it. I did hear a piece of it.
That's a mess.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just curious, like, what your thoughts are the guy's fucking... I thought he was gonna be like one of those, the next LeBron James, you know, but it just seems to me like...
You got to remember one thing. Zion Williamson is incredible. He's that good for real. So he could be that.
He's like the Ken Griffey Jr. of basketball. Like,
well,
he keeps getting hurt. You know?
You look at this, there's a few other players that, you know, the first few years are getting hurt or different things, and they came on to be this like steady versus be a star that they were supposed to be.
Yep.
Like Stephen Curry. He had ankle problems all the time in the beginning. People were like, yo, who's there? What's going to happen here? And you see what he became. There's a lot more stories. With Zion, I think is going to be fine. But when he does play, I mean, this is like a refrigerator with graceful moves, power moves, handle heavy. I mean, he's phenomenal, man. You know, so get well, man, Zion. You know, and all these side stories, man, about you tap dancing with hookers. That's some other shit we don't really know about. So I don't know. I mean,
no, I was just curious if you thought anything about it.
Yeah, you know. I mean,
but it's
control.
I've been waiting for this to talk about this. You got anything else?
The danger zone.
You got anything else?
Yeah, man.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold on. Now, the only other thing I had was, I think just recently in the DJ Drama, his crew, I mean, I guess word was put out there that he got his jewelry taken and he paid $120 to get it back. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, his crew called Cap. You know what I'm saying? Cap, for the older ones who don't know, is lying. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? All you younger motherfuckers do know. So they call it Cap. So they say it didn't happen. It's not a big deal, but it's just wild. Like when people put out the narratives and then you're either stuck with it for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Or you get past it, or it's Cap. But go ahead.
Did you see the fight in the ring with the Floyd Mayweather versus John Gotti III? You see that?
Yeah, I saw that fight, but when was that?
Looks like it was Saturday. What's today? I think it was Saturday night. Yeah.
So what was it like? It was
one of those Logan Paul, Conor McGregor.
Exhibition.
Yeah, one of those things.
Yo, it was crazy too, because the part I seen them big old security cats was walking them down like to fight the other dudes, but the other dudes was moving swiftly, like out the pitch. And it was some crazy shit, man.
So
first of all, I mean, it's some miniature dude, man. You know, them dudes fighting, and when it was over, man, it was over. And then the other dude didn't like it. What was the other cat's name?
John Gotti III.
Yeah, he didn't like it. So because he's the one who kept on trying to box you. You know what I mean? And then now, why you keep trying to? First of all, you trying to get tee off on Mayweather, like, yo, this dude got money for days. I'm mad as shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it look, right? You know, whatever.
That's John Gotti. That's his son. That's John Gotti's son. So John Gotti was John Gotti II. So yeah, that's John Gotti's son. So I'm sure he has some sort of money, but I don't think he has Floyd Mayweather $100 million a fight money. You know what I'm saying?
You know his money Mayweather.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, what's a little weekend, man, a little time out without some comic shit. So, right. I mean, dope though. I mean, listen, make sure y'all hit the like button and shit.
Like it, bing, bing. Danger Zone Podcast Clip
Check
Channel.
Out
we're on every website. But I wanted to say, before I get into the subject I really want to talk about it, we'll do it real quick, but I wanted to congratulate Chef Tanya. She is now part of an Emmy Award-winning television show called Blind Kitchen. It won a Emmy for, what was the Emmy for? I forget.
I forgot.
Well, she won an Emmy. Look it up. Well, she didn't. I mean,
That was
It's on my phone.
the show she was on
embarrassing.
won an Emmy. And I just wanted to say that is dope. We
Hey,
announced
dope.
when it aired like a year ago. Well, it aired like a year ago almost.
Yeah.
So
Done.
November.
You feel when you find out what that shit is, you let us know because we congratulate you regardless. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
So but yeah. So let's get into the thing that I want to talk about before we get into the best part of the week.
Shout out to
Stupid
Blind
as
Kitchen
hell.
again.
Fucking, I hate you so much right now. Is a song we all know. We all know that song.
I hate you so
No.
much right now.
unless you're
But we
bringing
also
milkshakes
know
to.
my milkshake brings
Oh.
other boys to the
Yes, we all know that chart. And you know who seems
seems
to like milkshakes? Who likes milk? Who
Both
seems to
of
like chocolate milkshakes, Johnny? Who likes chocolate
Hey,
milkshakes?
the same person. The other person likes to eat likes vanilla milkshake.
Yeah.
I like all the
Go ahead,
milkshakes,
man.
but we're
Who is
talking
it?
about Bill Murray.
Oh,
here.
Bill Murray. So
the
that's
man,
Murray.
the legend.
It's come out that Bill Murray is dating Khalees, and it blew my mind. I don't know why it blew my mind. It just blew my mind. So they've been seen together, this and that, and Khalees addressed the rumors, and she said, "We are both blessed, rich, and happy." But she didn't say that they were dating
She's
or they
not
weren't.
lying.
No, they weren't dating. But what do you think about that couple? I think Bill Murray's the man, and if you're funny and the have the confidence that a Bill Murray has in your comedy, in your life, you pull any girl. Like, you know what I'm
I think bet. I think if he has a good personality and they click, if you can make a girl laugh, that's definitely bonus points because she'll never be bored.
Yeah.
And you when things are serious, you could lighten the mood. You know, she could come to you when she's stressed. You know, that's like a good bonus. And then, like she said, they're both successful. They both have money. And who knows? Maybe he got a mandingo. We don't know.
I mean, every part of somebody that old, every part of his body doesn't stretch like plastic. So
He got
yeah.
his mouth, his fingers. He's got resources.
Then when you have money to tighten up your body when you like that old too. But hey, man, listen, I look at it like this, man. Listen, you know, every life has an expiration date on it. You know what I mean? So therefore, we know when you go, you're gonna go. While you live.
Yeah.
You know, if that's the thing that's compatible that makes you happy, whatever,
We gonna
do
get-
it. Cause me, I
She
really
never
don't.
tried vanilla.
I
And
really
she
think-
wanted to try it.
Are we
Who
gonna
better
get-
than Bill Murray?
Are we gonna get Ether 2?
Yeah, it'll be a funny.
The Danger Zone podcast.
It'd be like some weird Al Yankovic type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know. But
So,
yo, shout out to them.
I asked you on the phone when we were talking about it. Who do you think's more famous, Bill Murray or Nas?
Bill Murray, man.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Facts. Bill
Yeah,
Murray
yeah.
has been famous for decades, and has
Right.
hits
Yeah.
like movie hits, like no question, no question.
But yeah, I just thought that was I don't know, like that just, I don't know. I thought that was amazing when I saw that news. Shout out to Bill Murray. Go get
Yeah.
it, man. Get them
Shout out
milkshakes,
to
man.
Bill Murray.
Oh, yeah.
He could be Bill Murray. He could be Bill Murray making it happen.
It don't
You
matter
know.
if it works. It works.
I'm Dick Bill Murray. And
You
you're
can
here
have a
watching-
big one and you be drinking and
Hey.
it's not happening. So,
He could be.
You gotta fold it in.
oh man,
You gotta fold
we
it
are
in.
not doing origami. Sorry, that's not what's happening here.
So,
You're listening to the Danger Zone podcast, by the way.
So
But
it's,
yeah.
it's that time of the week, Big Shit.
Word, man. Though sometimes you want to know who's stupid as hell. Hey, shit, this week I'm stupid as hell. Now, it's your whole family. They're stupid. So, it says, sometimes you have to wonder if people in Florida want to keep the Florida man joke alive, thus continually passing the baton on, depicting characters of human stupidity. A new Florida man, when stopped by the cops, recently claimed he wasn't drinking and driving because he only drank bourbon while he stopped. So technically he wasn't driving and drinking. That's what he's telling them. But every time he stopped is when he took a sip. So
We're stopping and drinking.
and so a woman in the same county called the police about a man identified as Stupid Earl Stevens Jr. Now, it's Earl Stevens Jr. on this date, saying he hit the back of her car several times at a drive-thru, according to police report. A website that shares arrest records and other police documents. Deputy arrived to find out Stevens didn't have a driver's license. According to the arrest report, noticed an open bottle of Jim Beam bourbon in the passenger seat of his car. The Indian River County Sheriff's Department website logged Stevens listed as 69 years old, right? On charges of driving under the influence and not having a Florida driver's license.
That's a different.
The site listed that he got released on a $1,500 bond. But stupid Stephen Earl, it was crazy because the fact that he was driving and drinking, but then you had the nerve to be stupid enough to tell the police
stopping
that
and
I
drinking.
was drinking when I stopped. That's actually a pretty good answer. That's a loophole. I think the license got him. But when he said I only drank at stop signs, yo, you know what I mean? So this week,
if I was a cop, I'd have to laugh when he said that. I'd be dead.
I mean, I think actually a police officer would laugh. And if motherfucker said, yo, I'm not driving drinking. I only drink when I stop. Man, that's a good one. This week's stupid hell is stupid Steve Earl. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And that's what it is.
Yeah. All right. Hell yeah.
So, I'm so glad we had this time together. You know what I mean? To do our triangle thing that we do. You know what I'm saying? So.
Tribal thing.
Make sure you guys go to the Danger Zone Clip channel right now, and if you go there, you'll see the Big Shug's performance from the concert in Roxbury.
Yeah.
It's the latest video on there. Go check that out, and yeah, make sure you fucking spread the word.
The Danger Zone podcast.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, check us out. Also, Big Shug, check me out, man. We on YouTube. We everywhere, man. All right, yo. Remember, excuses have no purpose, so don't make them.
Don't make them.
As we grow, we glow. So we're getting bigger and bigger, man. We love y'all tuning in every week, man. We appreciate y'all. Peace.
Peace.
On my dog days. Y'all know what it is.
On the regular.
On my dark days, I chopped crack on the regular. Ran up in spots and clapped on the regular. Took big fat ass stacks from the register. No matter how hard they tried, they still couldn't measure the hard I have.